Welcome to the Closers Cafe on a Wednesday morning, November 12th. Today, I am going to share my 3-step process for identifying the listings hiding right in my CRM. So my 3-step process, and I'm going to focus on step 3 today because yesterday I talked a lot about steps 1 and 2. We'll dig into those, summarize those, and even share a couple of those examples as well. And then, as is often the case, I already have a whole bunch of other stuff that has happened before I even went live. And so I'll spend some time taking a look at a property that the owner just requested a cash offer from, or requested from us a cash offer this morning. I spoke with him before the live session here. Need to try and get that scheduled. I've been going back and forth with another cash offer request lead on their property. I'm supposed to go see it this afternoon, but there's a lot of potential red flags with it. Number one being I've been talking with the husband. They're getting divorced and the property's only in the wife's name. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. But we're going to dig into to all of that today, starting with my 3-step process. I don't understand. Why is this not going live? Man, I don't know why. I don't know why. There's an extra step. There's an extra step with the live streaming process, the live streaming platform that I've been using. And for some reason, it's not going live when I hit go live. But we're live now. Today, 3-step process, my 3-step plan that I use once a month to uncover the listings hiding right in my CRM. I'm going to focus more on the 3rd step today. I talked a lot about steps 1 and 2 yesterday. I'll summarize both of those, steps 1 and 2 as well. And I will certainly dig into some of the conversations that I've been having with motivated sellers. A reply came in that I'm going to. Yeah, I mean, that seems like that is full market value or pretty close to full market value, which we can certainly help you get. I just want to make sure that the expectations are clear that cash as is fast, we're not going to be anywhere near that 300 number, at least from what I can tell or see online. Anyway, that's a conversation going back and forth with a cash offer lead that came in. That one came in over the weekend on Saturday morning, and I spoke with him then. Okay, 3-step plan for uncovering listings hiding in your CRM. And step 3 today is where the money is. It's where the money is at. And if you don't you could do steps 1 and 2 and it never turn into actually any listing opportunities. How do I know? Because for way too long, several months, maybe a year even, I did steps 1 and 2 and hadn't figured out step 3. What am I talking about? I am talking about the email that takes people who are interested in looking at their home value dashboard. I shared these yesterday. I sent this to my database yesterday. All of the contacts in my database that I have email and they're subscribed to email and I have their primary address. I sent them this email. I think I sent this one, this variation, maybe this variation. It doesn't really matter. I sent them an email with the sole intent to get them to click over and check out their home value dashboard. I then texted them, and I have a bunch of texts that I have to follow up on. In fact, I'm going to go to small screen here because I'm going to pull up Bold Trail. I have a bunch of texts that I didn't have time to get back to because my day got very busy. In fact, let me share some wins from yesterday, which gives all of you an opportunity to share your wins in the comments as well. I would love to hear one win from the last 24 hours and one action you're committed to today to grow your business. For me, the action is to do step 3 in this process, which is to send an email to all of the people that looked at their home value dashboard in the last 24 hours to find who is truly motivated and thinking about selling. Okay. My wins from the last 24 hours: under contract on one of my short sale listings, under contract on some folks where we have their home sold off market. We have it under contract. They needed to downsize into a manufactured home in a mobile home park. We're under contract on that. And then I'll be submitting an offer on a bank-owned property with one of the investor clients that I've picked up using the process, the plan that I'm sharing today at 11. Today at 11 a.m. Eastern on my weekly mastermind, I am going to share my 3-step plan for closing 50 deals in 2026 with no ad budget. So it's a plan that anyone can follow, and it's the one that I'm following. No ad budget. You don't have to do a bunch of social media posts or TikTok, even though I know I'm live on TikTok, but I'm saying to actually sell homes. No ad budget, no goofy videos, none of that. And the offer I'm submitting today for an investor client named Ben, I got him through that 3-step plan that I'll outline for you at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you want to join, you can register and attend absolutely free, and register at 50in26.com, 50in26.com, 50in26.com. Anyway, those are my wins from the last 24 hours. Pretty fun and exciting. I have a settlement tomorrow. I have a settlement on Friday as well. So good stuff there. And my action is to follow up on all of the people in my CRM who clicked on the email that I sent them and looked at their seller dashboard. I think I'm over 100 right now that I need to follow up with them. And I'll also live this morning. I'm going to catch up on the text replies that I didn't get to. There's a lot of no's, yeses, etc. So Patrick said, got it probably in your spam / junk folder then. Would you mind checking there? So step 1 is the email to get them to look at the seller dashboard. Step 2 is this bump text that I sent live on the live stream yesterday. Hey, Patrick, we sent you an email this morning with an updated parentheses computer generated value for your property at street address, just making sure you got it. He said, I didn't receive it. I said, is this the best email for you? He said, yes. I said, got it, probably in your spam or junk folder, right? So that bump text has a couple of purposes. Number 1, it gets more people to look at the email and potentially click the link in there to look at their seller dashboard. Number 2, it gets folks like Patrick to maybe go find it in their junk or spam folder. And number 3, sometimes when I say that, they'll say, no, actually, this is my best email. And then I've got better data for them, which means I can resend them the email and I have better, they're more likely to get it in the future. Bruce confirms, oh, there it is in the spam. Yeah, sorry about that. Not sure why it lands in there sometimes. So he said, I didn't see an email from you. And then he said, oh, there it is. Okay. So I need to catch up on those text messages. And then we're going to do step 3. Step 3 is sending one of these 3 emails. By the way, this Google Doc that I have up on my screen, I'm happy to share that with you. Or you can DM me. You can text me. My number's on the screen. If you're watching the TikTok live and you want to see my screen, you can go over to Josh Schoenly Coaching on YouTube. You can go over to Josh Schoenly Coaching on YouTube. You can see my screen. You can text me at 717-571-0456, or you can go and join our free Skool community. It's a free Skool community. Go to Classroom, and then under listings, there is a link to this document that has 3 variations of the email that I send to get them to look at their seller dashboard, 3 variations of the bump text that I send to get more people to go look and to get better data, more, direct them to go find the email in their spam or junk folder, things of that nature. And then most importantly, step 3, this is where the money is at. Step 3 is where the money is at. I've got 3 emails in step 3, 3 variations of an email to send. One is a survey style email. And in fact, on this document is an exact conversation that I had earlier this year that all happened by email, that all happened using this 3-step process, that I've now listed and sold their property. We settled in July or August. I can't remember. I think it was August actually, where I sent him the survey email. Just curious, which of these would you say is the most accurate about why you're interested in the value? A, I'd like to refinance. B, I'd like a HELOC. C, I'm thinking about selling sometime soon. D, I'd like to challenge my tax assessment. E, I'd like to remove my mortgage insurance. Just hit reply and let us know. John replied and said, we would be looking at C, looking to sell around June timeframe. I think he replied to that in January or February. And we had a nice email exchange. I met them first at a coffee shop. They weren't ready to have me at the house yet. The house wasn't ready for me to walk through, and just kept working with them. And we eventually listed and sold their property. They've moved up to New York to be closer to family, and all is good in the world. Okay. That's one example of the follow-up, the step 3 email, the money email. The next example, what did you think? First name. What did you think of the values for street address in your seller dashboard? First name, and then my name. Any interest in exploring some of the offer options? So that's the call to action. That's the PS. And then the third example is first name, ? Is the subject line. And here, this script works incredibly well in a number of different examples. You're probably not ready to sell right now. I don't know who we got here. Danielle. You're probably not ready to sell right now, Danielle, but when the time is right to move on from street address, will you be staying in the area or relocating elsewhere? That is a really good one. So here's what I'm going to do now is I'm going to catch up on some of the text replies so I can show you more examples of that. And then I'm going to start to deploy that step 3, the money email. And I'm going to show you, you can do this manually, one-to-one, one at a time, sending them to the folks that replied, which can be tedious, but there's money in it. It's work worth doing. There's money in that. Or you can send it one to many, and I'll show you how to do both of those strategies. So first, let me catch up on some more of these text messages. Elaine says, did not get it. Got it. Thanks. It's likely in your spam/junk folder. So I'm going to say that, and then I'm going to ask Elaine if I have the best email for her. And let me see here. I got this email. Send that. By the way, if you have questions, if something's not clear or confusing about anything that I'm sharing here, you can drop a comment. You can DM me, or you can even text me live here, and I'll pull up your text and see where we're at. So I'm going back and forth. I've got conversations going on, and we got to keep those conversations going, right? Conversations, contracts, closings. That's what the Closers Cafe is about. That's a lot of seats. You're probably not seeing that it's got a full finished basement, which doubles the square footage. If we're not in the 280. Okay, you're right. What we're looking at doesn't include that information, period. And again, I definitely think we can get you that number, but it would be unlikely we'd be getting that from one of our cash buyer investors who would pay all cash as is, et cetera. And I'm still not sure what we should do about the fact that it's just your wife on the deed, question mark. We'll see what happens with that. Here's the wonderful thing about when you have a pipeline full of opportunity, when you have more business than you know what to do with, you get to choose who you work with. You don't have to just work with anyone and everyone who has a pulse and is interested in buying and selling real estate. And that's definitely where I'm at with that. Hank asks, do you have the Google Doc with the home value email you sent on Tuesday? Of course I do, Hank. And let me copy and send that to you right now. Except for the fact that my copy and paste doesn't want to work. So I got to pull it up in my docs on my phone here and share that with Hank. So you can text me for that, or you can join the free Skool community, and the link is in there as well. I just dropped that to Hank. Let me circle back here, see if there are any others that I can follow up with here text wise before I get to the money email. The money. Let's get some money going here. What's going on here? Why is that saying nothing? There we go. Right on. Thanks, David. What has you interested in the value? Question mark. Might as well ask why he's checking it out or why he's curious, right? Did not get it. Did not get it. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. Did you check your spam / junk folder? Let me double check what email we sent it to. So I'm going to send that to him. This is I spoke with Dale back in the fall, and he's been on again, off again about when the timing is going to be right for him to sell and how much he needs to get, things of that nature. Is this still the best email for you? So I'm pasting in that. Once I clean up these texts from yesterday, I will then get to the money email, step 3 of this process. Right on. Thanks for confirming, Walter. He just said, got it. I mean, so why not? Thanks for confirming. Give me some love on TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok and you're getting any value from this, give me some love. If you're not, that's fine too. Kurt, interesting. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to unpack that in a minute here, but I want to get back to Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay, did you get the email I sent with info about selling subject to? So Lindsay is a cash offer request lead that came in late last week or over the weekend. I talked with her then. They had previously listed and it had gone expired. There wasn't enough. It's just, they own a new home, a newer home in a new construction community, and they're trying to sell, or they need to sell, quote unquote, for more than what new construction, like the brand new ones, are selling for in there. So we went back and forth. And so in that conversation, one of the things that came up was selling it subject to the existing financing. And that was something that was very interesting, or of interest to her. And she wanted more information that she could share with her husband. So I sent them more information, and I'm just making sure that she got that info. Michael says no. Okay, so got it. It's likely in your spam / junk folder. Let me confirm what email we sent it to. And then I want to get to a good one. The next one here, Kirk. Is it Kirk or Kurt? Kurt. This will be a good one to unpack before I get to the money email. And I would say, like, I'm not even at the money email and I'm having money conversations. Like these are conversations that are, you know, they're going to lead to contracts, right? Contracts, conversations, and closings is what the Closers Cafe is all about. So even without getting to step 3, I'm having conversations with homeowners in my CRM, in my database, that, you know, eventually are going to sell and hopefully either list with me or I'll bring them the buyer off market. Either way, I don't care. This is the email we sent it to. Is that still the best one for you? If you're checking, if you're watching on TikTok, the live stream on TikTok, first off, thank you. Second off, if you want to see my screen share, you can hop on over to Josh Schoenly Coaching on YouTube. Josh Schoenly Coaching on YouTube. Okay, so Kurt, I did not get it. I did not get it. Kurt is someone, I met with him. I'm going to say, I think I toured his property. Gotcha. Let me check what email we sent it to. Did you, whatever happened with the company that was going to buy your property? Did that fall through? So I met with him. He was looking to sell cash as is. We made him an offer. He got a slightly better offer. I said, Kurt, you should take that offer. We can't beat that offer. You should take it. And we left on good terms. I said, here's what I'm asking. Please promise to do this. Please promise me that you'll reach out if that doesn't work out. Is this still the best email for you? If so, it's likely in your spam folder. All right, and I'm going to make a note to call Kurt this afternoon because that could be money. That could be money. That is a conversation. A couple more here that I just need to. I'm not interested. I don't own that property. Okay. Agent, stop. Well, can you please resend it? So I'm gonna resend the email. Resend the email to Scott. Scott, here we go. Morning. Just resent it to. If you still don't see it, most likely it's landing in your spam/junk folder. Now, I think we're finally on the money email, step 3 of this process. And as you can see, there's plenty of money even when you don't get to step 3. What I'm telling you, though, is there's way more money if you also do step 3. Let me see here. Bob Whitmore, the offer, Tribe Telford. Okay, so I think I'm caught up tomorrow afternoon. What? Let me see here. What was this one about? I hope I didn't miss an appointment. Sorry, just seeing this. What time this afternoon would work best for you? Oh, I'm not even sure what that was in reply to, but we'll try and turn it into an appointment here live. David, I got your text. You have the document. I have shared this document with you and many times. And also, I personally loaded it into your Bold Trail account with the share code. Okay, so I am going to, let me try and find here I need to figure out what I try to do. Geez, now in English, it's a 3-step process, and each month I vary the email 1, text 1, and email 2, so that I'm not doing the same thing over and over and over. The problem is I often lose track of where I am in the sequence, right? So I have 3 different variations of the email that is sent to get them to click over to their seller dashboard. Then I have 3 variations of the bump text, essentially all very similar, but just slightly worded differently. So it's not exactly the same thing over and over and over. And then I have 3 variations of the money email, the step 3 email in the process. I just don't remember what is the last, what money email, step 3 email I sent last month. So let me see if I can reverse engineer that by looking in the database here. So, okay. So the last, this was great. So the last one I sent was my survey. The one with the 5 questions, which, by the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's in here. It's this one right here. It's in this document. You can get this document for free. Join the Skool community. Text me 717-571-0456 or shoot me a DM. Yep, not something new, David. It's tried and true. It's working. It's working as well today as it was a year ago, because that's when I started using this 3-step process, the 3-step process. So I'm going to, last month I sent email variation number 1, the money email. And so I'm going to send variation number 2. There's 2 ways you can do this. Now I am at, let me check this here. I am at, let me see, where is it? I am at 100, I think. Yes, 100 people in the last 24 hours from that email. And they might not be all from that email because I have other stuff going on, but the majority of them are from that email. And so it would be well worthwhile for me to send each of those 100 a personal, like a one-to-one email using that process. So whether I do it right in my Gmail here or I do it in my CRM. And also, that's a lot. So for me right now, I'm going to show you how in here I can do it one-to-many, schedule it to go and blast that out one-to-many. But I'm suggesting that if you use this 3-step process, the best results are going to come from you manually sending the money email through your Gmail account or whatever your primary email provider is. But I'm at a point where that's a lot of people, and I don't have the time today to do it one-to-one. So here's how I am going to do that. With fastcashoffers.ai, which is the seller dashboard. That's the tool I'm using, the software I'm using to give people an interactive seller dashboard that they click over to. That's what the email is about. You can get a free 30-day trial. It's $77 per month after the trial. And what was I going to say? No contracts or commitments. Cancel anytime. We don't lock you in place. With that tool, I can then go and see, I think, what do I go to? My dashboard or my lead search? Here we go. My lead search, I can see all of the people who had clicked over to check out their updated value. All right. Now, the other thing that's great about this tool, there is a direct CRM integration with BoldTrail or whatever you're using. There's a direct CRM integration with BoldTrail. It's Go High Level. There's a whole bunch of them. Let me see. I can't remember, but let me since I brought it up. There's KV Core, which still says KV Core, but it's BoldTrail. Go High Level, Lofty, Follow Up Boss, Sierra Interactive, Wise Agent, Engage, and Real Geeks. So lots of integration options. And one of the many cool things about that integration option is when I send that email, there is a tag added to the contacts who click on the link and check out their dashboard The tag is home value requests. Why is that important? Because then I can go back to Bold Trail. I can go back to Bold Trail and I can go to contacts and I can search for hashtags home value request and see all of the contacts that have been tagged with home value request, meaning they have clicked over and looked at their seller dashboard. How many do I have here? I have 258. Now, the problem with that is that includes anyone who has ever looked at their home value dashboard, not just the new ones. Not just the new ones. Oh boy, I got another one, another money. I already got one that from yesterday. I think this happened live yesterday, where one of these contacts asked me what I would list it for. Okay, so now what I need to figure out here is, can I filter using some of these other filtering strategies in the CRM to just get the people that more recently looked at their seller dashboard? And I can't remember if I can or not. Worst case scenario, I'm going to send it to all of them. Who cares? It better than nothing. Have not been called, contact waiting, have been emailed. It does not look like a lead click. Is there a way? Hashtag is not rating, contact owner. I'm not seeing any simple, easy way to do that. And I'm busy. I got a lot going on. We have the free at 11. I'm doing that workshop, the workshop with my 3-step plan for closing 50 transactions in 2026 with no ad budget. You can register for that at 50in26.com, 50in26.com. So I've got a busy day today. It would be more, like I would get more replies if I go one-to-one and I look at this here. I go back here and I go my lead search and I go website visit by website visit. And I go like this. I copy, I paste it in here. And then the email, I'm using number 2 here. Whoops. Oh, I'm letting the cat out of the bag. That's part of my presentation, my workshop later. It's one of the free resources I'm going to give away, which is, it's pretty bananas. I've been working on it for almost a week now. So I'm going to say, what did you think? What did you think, Chris? And then I'm going to go back here. I'm going to copy this. See, this manual, it is painful. And also it works better. So I'm showing you the manual process. What I could also do is this. I could one by one in the CRM. Where is that search? Am I in the wrong window here? Yeah, I'm in the wrong window. I switched to this. Yeah. So I could one by one in here, I could select them and send an email. Okay. Again, I'm recommending that if you have, I would say if you have 50 or less, even 75 or less, that you manually do this with each one. But I'm busy. I got a lot going on. So I'm going to select all. I'm going to choose email. I'm going to choose my template here. And let's see here. Man, I got too many templates for iList. Dashboard hit. Do I not have this one saved in here? Oh, yeah, I do. I have to. Is it that one? Nope, it's not that one. Ah, there it is. What did you think? That's the one. That's the one. So what did you think? First name. What did you think of the values for their street address in your seller dashboard? First name, and then Josh. And P.S. Any interest in exploring any of the offer options? I'm going to edit this slightly here. I'm going to add this in. By the way, if you're watching on, if you're watching the live on TikTok and you want to see what I'm doing on my screen here, you can pop over to Josh Schoenly Coaching on YouTube. Josh Schoenly Coaching on YouTube. Okay. So, and I'm going to copy that because this is going to 250 of the 258. So I send that. I'm going to go to page 2 because there's a few more that didn't get sent. The first one here. And I'm going to do this. What did you think? I'm going to copy this, paste that in. Bada bing, bada boom, send. And now I have done the money part of this. So yesterday, the email was sent to everyone in my CRM, in my database, that I have an email and they're subscribed to email and I have a primary address for them. And then I also sent the text to anyone who fits those three, but I also have their cell phone and they're subscribed to text. So the email went to about 4,600. The text went to about 1,500. And now I have this targeted list of 258 that had explored their seller dashboard that I sent that money email to. I might also send them a direct mail piece. I could send them a magic buyer letter or my magic buyer note card to see who might consider selling. I could later this week message them again to say and remove anyone, not include anybody that replied or that I had a conversation with of some kind, so that I'm not hitting them again. And make sure that they had gotten what I had sent. Okay. These people have demonstrated through their behavior that they have more motivation than just the sort by last communication date in Bold Trail by Hank. The problem is, I'll try that, Hank, but it's still, what I need is last click. And I don't think it has that in here yet. Meaning, ideally, it would have people that have clicked a link in an email in the last day, for example. Let's see here. Have been texted with response, have been called, request a showing, view listing, as active search. I don't see a last communication date. Regardless, I'd rather, just where I'm at time-wise and opportunity-wise, etc. It just makes more sense for me to do that. Oh, this is fun. I just got a cash offer seller lead. Should we call? Give me a thumbs up or a heart if you want me to call a cash offer. This is someone that requested a cash offer for their property literally just now. Let's do it. How's that, Josh? Hey, Josh. This is also Josh. I was calling because we just got a request for a cash offer through one of our websites for the property at 538 Abigail Ave. Is that right? Okay. Can you give me an idea of how much you're looking to get for it? 270. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about what you got going on over there? Well, I mean, what has you looking to sell? What can you tell me about the property? And I'm just pulling up what I can find on it. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. It looks like what you've owned it about 2 years. Is that right? Okay. All right. And you're just like, are you just looking to trade up? Or are you moving out of the area? What's going on as far as that goes? Right on. Okay. Well, we can help you on that front as well. We've got a lot of clients that we work with and help find them off market deals, on market deals, etc. So, was this something that you got into, kind of like house hacking? Like, did you buy it and fix it up, or okay? So you're just trying to get equity from this to get back into the game. Well, no, I'm saying get your equity out of it so that you can get into the back into the game investing. Okay. All right. And I mean, if you could get access to the equity to do that, would you want to hang on to it, or you want to sell it regardless? Okay. 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 Well, I mean, it sounds like you have experience investing. So I would guess that you understand that the number you're asking for it, that you threw out there, that would be, that's pretty much retail price, which I could definitely, we could definitely help you get that and net the most equity possible. But it would be very unlikely that it would be, with the traditional cash buyer avenue. What would more likely make sense is something we call our 7 day stress-free home sale. Um, and I can send you information and case studies, examples of folks that we've helped using that system sell quickly, top dollar, very little hassle, etc. Um, and that would be just based upon what I'm looking at and what you shared with me. Most of the time, when people are when they're looking for a cash offer, it's like I looked at one yesterday. I mean, there's stuff everywhere, and the roof's got a hole in it, and stuff like that. You've got a beautiful looking property in what seems to be a great neighborhood. So I think we'd want to look at something like the 7 day stress-free home sale, so you can maximize the equity, and then, like you said, go all out on the investment side of things. If or when you sold this one, where, like, are you thinking you'd rent something, or you'd use that to buy one that you would fix up as you live in it? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. 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 Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Um, all right. Is let me see here. Josh Main 33. That's the best email for you. So what I'll do is I'm gonna email you. What's that? Right. Yep. So you'd want to, I totally get that. We want to kind of time it up or sync it up for that. Yeah. Totally makes sense. Absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, and in all honesty, that's going to be a better time of year if we're selling or trying to, get the highest retail price on it as well. Well, I mean, maybe actually settling in February, it might or might not be ideal. Although we had clients, I think it was last January, or maybe it was the January before. Um, Townhome, similar to yours. We used our 7-day stress-free home sale marketing system, and we went live in January. We settled in February, and we set the neighborhood record by 20,000 for resale. Now, it's not a neighborhood that still has new construction going on in it, but as far as price for resale, so I think there's always exceptions to it. I think if we're retail price, if retail is the goal, and it sounds like it is, November, December is not going to be ideal. But I think once we turn the calendar, we see an uptick in activity. Now, if we have some terrible snowstorms and crap like that, that's not going to be ideal. But so with our 7-day system, we do 3%. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you some information and context and case studies so you have that information. I'm also going to set you up in our system just to keep you updated on what's going on in Waynesboro, what homes are selling for, what new things are coming on and off. And then, if it's okay with you, I'll follow up, in December or early January to see where you're at with everything and see, what you're thinking and how we might best proceed. Perfect. All right, man. Well, I appreciate the time. I'll follow up here this morning. Thanks, Josh. Well, that was an interesting one. I would say that most of that was definitely a little bit different and unique than a lot of the cash offer request leads that I am talking with. A lot of those, or more typically, there is some other reason for motivation than wanting to cash in his equity because he wants to get into the game of buying discounted properties himself. But it could be a great one. Not only might we help him sell his townhouse, but then source him deals, add him to our cash buyer database, which is a huge piece in or part of the my 3-step plan that I'm sharing at 11, a little over 90 minutes from now, that you can join me for the free workshop 50in26.com 50in26.com. You can register for free, going back and forth. The issue is if she's the only one on title and you're the one that wants to sell it, I just want to make sure that she's on board. I've done enough of these to know that can get a little sticky if I'm not upfront about, just being transparent with everything that I see. And I totally get not wanting to sell or finance. So that's going back and forth with another cash buyer or cash offer request lead, another cash offer request lead. Here's what I'm going to do, and then we're going to wrap it up. I am going to, this is I think, a wonderful follow-up to Monday's live stream. On Monday's live stream, I addressed a question that I got over the weekend from, I think it was Tommy Williams, another great realtor like most of you. And the question was, how do I pitch the 7-day stress-free home sale? So that was kind of nice that I have a real world example of me talking about it with a seller here on the live stream. But now what do I do from that? What do I do with that information? So I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to record Josh a Loom video. And I need to pull up my case study doc. Right here. I've got his property pulled up. I've got a case study doc pulled up. And I'm probably just going to verbalize another example as well. So I go to my Make It Big app and I type his first name on the app. Okay. I type his first name on the app and then I shake it and it flashes. And I'm going to record my Loom video. Very impromptu. Hey Josh, thanks for the time earlier on the phone and the context about what you're looking to do, and and sort of the timeline that would make the most sense so we can avoid capital gains, like you mentioned. I don't see anything that would stop us for being able to sell it for 270, maybe 280, maybe 285, maybe 290 even. If interest rates come down over the next few months, like they are projected to, that increases people's buying power. They're really willing and able to pay a little bit more. That, the retail buying power picks up. The 7-day stress-free home sale system that I mentioned, I wanted to include examples and case studies. And you can see in this Google Doc here, lots of examples. The one that I was talking about, I guess it was this year. Geez, it feels like a lot has happened this year. It was earlier this year. This is a townhome that we sold. We listed it in January. We settled in February. The original starting price was $375. We sold it for $410. It took 6 days from the time that we went live on the market till the time we were under contract. I think we only had showings on it for 2 or 3 days, which is part of the 7-day system, is we force all of the showings into a small window. And the previous high sales record in that neighborhood was $390. So we beat it by 20,000. And this example was actually a cash as is sale with no inspections or anything. I can't guarantee that will happen with yours, but I want to give you context that this is something that we have an overwhelming evidence and proof that works. And we have it dialed in as far as what we do to market the property leading up to going live on the market, how we get the greatest number of interested parties through the property, and we create scarcity and energy, and then we collect multiple offers and we negotiate the highest and best for our clients. So I'll include a link to this PDF here that you can explore these. I will set you up, as I mentioned, to get, to keep up to date on what's going on as far as values of your property and what's going on in the real estate market in Waynesboro. And then when the time is right, I would love to help you not only, sell this thing for top dollar and maximize equity, but then see what we can do to help you find some deals to get the ball rolling on the investment front as well. Have a great rest of the week, and look forward to chatting soon. There you have it. I mean, that's just me off the cuff, unscripted, how I pitch that for Josh, from Josh, re 538 Abigail. I'm just naming the, the loom. I removed the silences and the filler words. There wasn't much silence, but there were 9 filler words. That's actually pretty good for me. Usually there's a lot more filler words when I do those. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the link to my case studies, and I'm going to link that right here in the loom so that when he hits tap here, he'll get taken to that case study. So then I'm going to go back over here to my email. How quickly my email just gets completely bogged down. I'm going to email for Josh, from Josh, re 538 Abigail. Hey, Josh. Oh, I got to take this. Hello.
Hey, Josh, Mike here.
Yeah.
Hey, I was wondering, could you, so tomorrow, could you pick me up in Lancaster at, where we're having the first settlement at like, maybe 1:30, 1:45?
Yes. Did Jennifer, Jennifer hasn't confirmed everything with me. We are going to have it in the Lancaster office?
No, they were closed yesterday, I thought.
Oh, that's why. That makes sense.
I don't know what, but I'm guessing it's going to be totally fine to do that, but I don't know. And if it's not, we'll just drive over to Intercourse and it's not a problem.
Yeah, I can't imagine. It should be fine.
I mean, I would be fine with still having it at the Intercourse office.
Well, it's definitely more convenient for Steve and I. If we can do it at the Lancaster one, I'd prefer that.
No, that's fine with me.
I'll confirm with her this morning. I wasn't even thinking that they wouldn't be in because of Veterans Day.
Yeah. I have a ride to take me into the Lancaster, I'm not exactly sure where that is, Prince Street somewhere.
Okay.
The first settlement, and then I'd be done there. I was hoping my driver wouldn't have to sit there, or he can. I can have him bring me over to you. At that point, we want to go to Manheim anyway.
Yeah.
So if you could pick me up there at Lancaster, if I just tell my driver to take me in and drop me off.
Sure. Yep. All good.
And then as far as look up the Manheim one and come back to that settlement, should I get a ride to bring me home, or
bring you home from settlement? If you don't mind, only because I got to get back to play taxi for my my kids all night.
Yeah, okay. No, that's not a problem. I just wanted to know.
Yep.
What we'll do is we'll just have a driver meet with me at like 30. Settlement should take more time.
No, it shouldn't take long. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Mike.
See you Thursday.
Right on. Hello, this is Josh.
Hey, Josh, this is Kyle with American Mobile Home Finance. Returning your call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're calling about Doris and Donald there, and their application was submitted on the 10th. Still waiting for a response back from underwriting. I should have something back by today.
Okay.
I know you guys said you were on a bit of a time crunch, so we might run into a problem here. We need at least 40 days to close from the day we receive the agreement of sale.
40?
40. Yeah, appraisals are taking about 21 to 24 days to get back.
Wow, that's wild. Okay. You're probably going to lose out the 21st mortgage then. I'm just going to be very transparent. Why are appraisals taking 20 to 24 days?
Actually, let me see. Oh, this is a new home then?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah. New homes we could probably get done in 30.
Okay.
Maybe probably less, but more so around 30. Just because we don't actually have to order an appraisal. It's like it's a desktop appraisal is what they call it. So
okay.
We're not waiting on a physical appraiser to go out there and look at the home necessarily. So
okay.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So 30. I mean, that would be doable. So if you guys, if you can beat the terms that they're getting quoted by 21st, I definitely think they would go with you. So I am going to, just based upon that, I'm going to push off the projected settlement dates. They were being somewhat unrealistic, but I think all the parties involved are okay with delaying on that timeline. So if you think you'll have an answer today, yes or no?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. So then we'll just I'll start to plan around settlement like the 11th or 12th, or that maybe even early the next week. and we'll just wait to hear back from you once you hear back from the underwriters.
All right. Sounds good. That'll work.
Perfect. Thanks, Kyle.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. So I had to take those calls because of some settlements and contracts, et cetera, which is, that's just part of the deal. I want to circle back and put a bow on the conversation I had with the cash offer lead, that Josh. I recorded that Loom video. I sent him the Loom video. I am also going to text that Loom video. And then I'm going to go and edit his information in my CRM to add him to a market report, et cetera. So, hey, Josh, thanks for the time. Check this out when you have a couple minutes. I emailed it to you as well. And then I need to find my Loom link, and then I'll show you what this looks like and why I love using Loom, personal Loom videos with someone like that. So that's what it looks like. I don't want to show his phone number, but you can see it's got a preview. Okay. It's got a preview there with that. And what I am doing is everything possible to make sure that when the timing is right and he's ready to say go, I'm not competing. I've already planted my flag as the favorite in the process, and I've won the business. I'm also going to say this is my personal cell phone, by the way. BTW. Okay. There we go. Got it. I'm going to send you some information here in a bit, what I'm seeing. And just to confirm before I swing by what our best options would be. Okay, so I'm going to record this one. This is the guy that I've been going back and forth with. Cash offer request lead. It's he and his wife, they're getting a divorce, etc. And I'm going to do a Loom video recording for them because that is something that he can then share with her, and I can make sure that it's worth my time to run out there. Let's see here. I gotta do. It's funny. TikTok makes you do these puzzles to keep the live going if you go for, I guess, I don't know, more than an hour. So I'm going to get to that in a minute. But before I do, let me go and finish dispositioning Josh, the guy that I was talking to before. I hope this is, I don't know if this kind of stuff is valuable. I don't get much feedback from the live viewers. I feel like this is valuable, this kind of stuff, to see the real world and how I communicate and so forth. But maybe not. I don't know. I would love your feedback. If you're finding this valuable and helpful, give me a thumbs up. Like the videos. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, etc. So I'm going to go to Josh here, and he is no longer a new lead. He's an active lead. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on his address, and I'm going to switch on the primary address. So that creates a little listing valuation thing. And I'm going to add him to a market report for Waynesboro. That's where his property is. Waynesboro, PA. And I do that. I send that monthly. And then I want to delete him from the cash offer request campaign, because I've already had a conversation. That the whole point of that is to get the conversation. And then one other thing I'm going to do, and this is a topic that I've talked a lot about this on our masterminds, etc. When I have someone like that, to ensure that I'm doing everything possible that make sure that when he's ready to list the property, I am adding folks like this to my monthly direct mail AI newsletter. Okay. And I have, if you're curious about this process, number one, there's some great examples and mastermind replays in the free Skool community. Number two, if you want this set up and built out for you, we can do that for you. All you need is your mailing list to get started. So I'm going to add him to this mailing list, and then I'm going to show you what one of the postcards look like. And then I'm going to record the video for James that I've been going back and forth with. And then I'm going to wrap it up because I still have to get ready for the workshop at 11 a.m. Eastern, 50in26, 50in26.com to register for that. I need to go to my mailing list, and I do Command F to search my top. Oh, I'm in the wrong account. I'm in someone else's account that I set up. That's someone in my organization. Here's one of the many benefits of being part of my EXP organization. We will implement things on your behalf for you, and you get to collaborate with somebody that's in the trenches doing the business like myself. And if that's something that you want to explore or you're open to a conversation about, you should just text me at 717-571-0456. So I'm going to mailing list. Currently, I have 356 people that are on this list that will get a monthly newsletter like this, so that I can, here's how I look at it. It's insurance against these people working with someone else when their timing and motivation hits a tipping point. It's insurance, and it's well worth it. Josh Main, 538 Abigail. And I don't need his email and phone in there. I just want him to get the newsletter. And if I go to orders here, I will show you what one of these looks like. If you're watching on TikTok and you want to see my screen or watch the replay that has my video screen, you can go to Josh Schoenly Coaching on YouTube. When you do that, please subscribe, please. So I have, right now, I've got 12 of these that go out every day. The way it's set up is that instead of sending that list of 300 and however many all at once a month, it staggers it out. It takes the list and it sends a few each day. It sends a few each day. That's pretty cool. This is what it looks like. It's their property on the front of the card. This isn't a great example because the street view of their property is not awesome, but it still is like, it's kind of obvious that it's theirs. And the front of the property, the front of the cards remains constant. When they scan that QR code, they get taken to the same seller dashboard that was the point of my main topic for today was, which is that 3-step process for finding the hidden listings in your CRM. Same dashboard. They don't have to log in. They don't have to anything. They scan it. They're immediately taken to their seller dashboard, their interactive seller dashboard. The back is dynamic, meaning it's different each month based upon the time of year, the month, and also the address of the recipient. So it is custom, unique, and different each and every month. It's set it and forget it. It's something that I set up one time, and then all I have to do is strategically add people. I've been going so long here, the battery's dying. And then strategically add people to that mailing list. That's all I got to do. Whoa, that's all I got to do. Okay. That's it. So I've done that. Now I need to go and record a video for James and his wife, Jessica. So I'm going to do this here. I'm going to close out of these things here. And then I'm going to bring up in Bright. I'm going to use automated values to help me with my presentation. I'm going to use my case studies of the 7-day stress-free home sale. But I want actual comps. So where is this? This is Mercersburg. And it is is this a manufactured home? It's on almost an acre. It is a manufactured home, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to go, in my MLS. I want to find some actual comps. Mercersburg, PA. I'm doing all of this in lieu of me just going there because it's a bit of a trip for me. And so I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. I want to already have positioned myself for an easy yes if I make the trip. That's essentially what I'm doing here. I'm getting all my ducks in a row so that if I make this trip, when I make this trip, it's an easy yes. Let's see here. Man, there are not many results. There are not many results here. Okay. It's a third of an acre. 245. Does this have a finished basement? So I'm trying to justify the values here. So, all right, I got that. Let me look at the values in here. I'm using Remind to verify some of the values. Okay. So I'm going to go and I'm just going to record. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. 656. Who is this number? I'm going to say, sorry, I can't talk right now. So I'm putting his name on the Make It Big app. I'm recording, or I shook it, and now let's go ahead. All right, so here's what I'm seeing, and in my opinion and experience, your best option to sell it outright, like you said, without seller financing, and net the most with the sale. Okay. This projected value, this is an AVM. It's an automated value model. It's saying 323. Here's some problems I see with some of the numbers that you mentioned. Number one, if I look at the different AVM values, for example, the Zestimate is 252. And I'm not suggesting that that's right or wrong. But what I know with certainty is buyers will look at that number and use it as part of their decision process. And so that number is absolutely working against us. What's also working against us is the two most recent manufactured home sales, manufactured on their own land. I'm going to get this thing out of the way here. Were 245. This was in March. Now it's a smaller lot. Okay. So I can easily make the case that depending on the condition and the finished basement, et cetera, that we should be in the higher 200s or 300. But I'm just sharing, the reality of the situation. This is another one. This one sold in July at 190. Okay. Again, smaller lot, does not have a finished basement. It has a permanent foundation, but doesn't have a finished basement. And actually, this one isn't a smaller lot because there was two parcels. So that was about the same. Okay. So here is, in my opinion and experience, the best option and what I would recommend if you are open to this would be what we call our 7-day stress-free home sale. And this is a process that we have developed and refined over the years to generate the highest market value price possible in the shortest amount of time possible with the least amount of hassle. And with this video, I'm going to include a bunch of case studies of properties we have sold using this process. And it includes the original starting price, the sold price, and the days on market. And this doesn't even include, I need to update this because we've had a few recently. For example, we have one settling on Friday that we use this process for. It was more of a fixer-upper, but we got the seller $30,000 more than the best cash offer we were able to get for him. The best cash offer was 123. I guess I'm exaggerating a little. Best cash offer was 123, and he is settling on Friday for 152. Now that was a fixer-upper, smaller, not exactly apples to apples. But, I know you originally requested a cash offer. A cash offer on something like yours, it's going to have a 1 on the number. Just because, there needs to be profit built in for an investor, with it being a manufactured home, regardless of the fact that it's on a permanent foundation and with a finished basement. I'm just trying to be as transparent, open, and honest as possible. So check this out. Maybe share this with Jessica to see what she thinks. I'll include a link to these case studies here. And then if you want to chat or she wants to chat, that would be, my recommended strategy for selling the property to maximize the sale and the net proceeds with the least amount of hassle. Thanks. And let me know what you think. There we go. So again, that was a little bit longer winded than I would normally do. And if I had not already had significant conversation and engagement with this person, I would have figured out a way to keep this under a minute. If I'm sending a personal video message like that with Loom or BombBomb or Dub, whatever you're using, and I haven't earned the right to a longer video, I keep it a minute or less. But I've already earned the right to do this longer video. 471 Heather Lane. So I'm titling it. I'm removing the silences. I'm removing the filler words, which gets me hopefully under a minute. I'm sorry, under 4 minutes. It's just an arbitrary number regardless. It's taken a while to do that. Come on. Here's a great example of the bump text working well. The person replied and gave me a better email for him. So that's the next thing I'm going to do is circle back on that. I'm going to edit the link to be this, this here. Save that. Here you go. So I'm sending the Loom video. Well, for whatever reason, the copy and paste, usually my laptop and my my phone are in sync, and I don't know, whatever reason they're not. So there we go. Now I'm pasting it in, and it will do the preview. Okay, preview for him. Okay. This is the investor that we're submitting an offer on today. Perfect. Thanks. He was just confirming that he got me the DocuSign stuff back and that he'll send me a copy of the earnest money deposit. This bank, this asset manager requires certified check. Anyway, geez, I'm bouncing all over the place. So I sent that. I'm going to circle back on one thing here, and then I'm going to take care of some housekeeping things and wrap it up for the day. So this is one of the people that I replied to earlier on in this live stream by text. And he gave me his best email. So what I'm going to do with that information, number one, I'm going to update his contact record with that email. Okay, so I'm copying and pasting that over. I'm saving that. And then I'm going to email that. I'm going to send the email that's step one of the 3-step process that I was talking about talked about yesterday as well. I'm going to send that to him, and then I'm going to tell him. going to tell them here. Okay, hold on. All activity. Here we go. Okay. Got it. Just updated that and resent the email to you. If you still don't see it, sometimes they land in spam/junk folder. Still thinking about selling late winter or early spring? Why not plant that seed again? I know that at some point that was his time frame on potentially selling. Okay, I got to prepare a little bit more for the 11 a.m. workshop, where I will share my 3-step plan for closing 50 deals in 2026 with no ad spend. Free to attend. I've got some amazing free resources that I will share with you, including some strategies for using leaddeck.ai, which you can go and create a free account and get 100 free credits. You can use those credits for leads, whether they're cash buyer leads or vacant land buyers or multifamily buyers or landlord investors or motivated seller leads. You can use those credits to generate free leads. And part of what I will be sharing at 11 is some of the functionality that's coming soon in leaddeck.ai that will make deploying my 3-step plan even easier. Ooh, I can't wait. And I've got some other great resources that I'm going to be sharing there. You can register for free at 50in26.com, 50in26.com. Come and register for that. In the meantime, get your free account at leaddeck.ai. Lastly, if you got any value from this, please hit the thumbs up, please subscribe, turn on notifications, wherever you may be watching, and wherever you may be tuning into these. I will be live for a short time tomorrow. I've got a busy day of settlements and other things going on there, but I will be live tomorrow. I hope you can make it later. If you can't attend the workshop live, I will share the replay and the resources later today or tomorrow morning as well. And as always, if there's anything at all I can do to help you grow, scale, build your business, you can DM me or you can text me at 717-571-0456. And if you would like to partner together and get my personal help implementing the plan to close 50 deals in 2026, we should chat about that as well. You can text me 717-571-0456. Let me make sure. I haven't even looked at do we have comments? How long will that session be? I think he meant session B. Cindy, that session will be about an hour. About an hour, give or take some on the Q&A. Okay, thanks everybody for spending time with me this morning. I am begging you to take something that you got from this and implement it into your business today to create more conversations, because the more conversations you have, the more contracts you'll be writing, and therefore the more closings you will have, the more commission checks you will receive. Or if you're like us at EXP, the more direct deposits you will receive. I get people still every day that are like amazed that we get direct deposits of our commissions, sometimes same day. Worst case scenario, the next day. Love it. Love it. All right. Thanks for spending some time with me this morning. Get to it, take action, and hope to talk soon.